Hello everyone, this is DMC, and I am not bringing a Pro Dota commentary today. I am not bringing a commentary at all. This is a replay analysis, and it is not a pro game analysis. This is one of my own replays, one of my team's replays. We are playing against a team, I believe they are called Charlie Sheen at the moment, but yeah, it's mostly a bunch of good NA Dota players. There's Toxin aka Cinnamon. Blender of Death, I think, just joined them as a support. Rai Wars, who used to be in Team Rain. WZX, I think, is Alan Dealey. I'm not exactly sure on which team he used to play. I think it was Tempest, and DTM, who also played in Tempest before. They also have Mobies and Urka, aka UUU. You can find all of these guys in like your local Dota pub league. Like every one of us plays in like Cash or THR. So on my team, there's GG Godlike, who is DK Dragonite, Shinji, who is Shinji, Your Hamster is Meat, Doc's Dota is Doc, and this guy have bad day. For those who know of FPS Russia, that is me, and I am the captain. So even though it's mostly for a in-game analysis, since I'm being captain, I can also like do some ban and pick analysis myself. They have first pick and they first ban AA. I first ban Visage. I know Visage is one of Toxin's favorite heroes to pick, so I didn't want him to get it because he's such an annoying hero to play in a challenge against. He countered with Invoker, and also AA is just an imba hero. Great support player, great support hero. Invoker who is the most imba hero in this version. Usually you won't ban him if you have the first pick because you let the second team ban him, so you don't get him. But he decided to ban him. So I went with Bad Rider, who's just overall annoying and great lane, solo lane dominator. They banned Pugna, and I banned Weaver. So overall, 6 imba heroes, 6 bans. His first pick was Morphling, which is really surprising. You usually don't first pick Morphling. At that point, I was strongly considering first picking Lion to put mid so that he could counter Morphling, but I decided I wanted some teamfight presence first, so I went with ES and Shadowfiend, of course, themselves. Once the ES has his dagger, you can just go in, the Shadowfiend follows up, and you pretty much mop the floor with their whole team. So much AoE damage and a lot of a lot of disable from the ES. So they counter with Clockwork, who is a good counter to actually both Shadowfiend and the ES. If he can get up close to the Shadowfiend can pretty much do nothing. Same with the ES, but in team fights I do feel we have the advantage. They went with Vengeful Spirit, who's just overall great support hero. I'm gonna take my time to think about my last pick, I believe, and if I am going with a teamfight oriented team, once again I'm just going to go with a teamfight oriented hero, and I pick Lich. What's great about these 3 picks is you just show nothing of what you want to do. The Shadowfiend, of course, will go mid. That's kind of the obvious thing. ES is going to be a support hero, but the Lich can go in a solo lane, can pretty much dominate anyone in a solo lane, has great teamfight presence, can also be a support hero. So overall I have a lot of versatility. Can be a pushing lineup, can be a turtle lineup. We don't know yet. I don't know yet, actually. We're actually going to start discussing what we do with our last 2 picks in the last 2 bans. So now they have to first ban they have to ban the first hero out of the banning stage. So if they do pick something that is quite obvious, I can just, you know, go ahead and think about what I'm going to do. But they banned Windrunner, who would have fit very well in our lineup. Kind of a cookie cutter lineup had we picked Windrunner, but just a great overall hero. I banned Lion, and my train of thought towards this is I didn't want our Shadowfiend to get outlaned, and also on their team DTM is a very good Lion player, so just wanted to get that out of the way because we also have 2 squishies who can just get insta-popped by the Lion, myself included, because I will be playing Earthshaker, of course. So he's just a very annoying mid-game hero, and since I have a lot of mid-game oriented heroes myself, I just don't want a good counter to what we have right now. So now their lineup is pretty much missing one support hero and a solo hero. On our side, we have one more, either a support or a solo, and our trialing carry. So in that situation, we started discussing this on TeamSpeak. They will ban Witch Doctor because they probably thought we would solo the Lich and put Witch Doctor as a support because his Maledict is going to get massively boosted by all this nuking power. And didn't want to face against that. My thought process at this point was I don't want them to have a good roaming. I don't want to have them to get a good roaming support hero, and I also didn't want these two guys to get a lot of mana. So of course I'm gonna ban CM at this point, and we'll go on with my last two picks. At this point, what we were discussing is putting Necrolite in a solo lane because he should do very well against Clockwork Necrolite because he has, of course, the heal nuke, and has range over him. So our last pick, we discussed it. We thought we should go with Necro and Alchemist. So at this point, of course, we're going to pick the Necro first because if we pick Alchemist, they can just pick a Necro and we're fucked. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. They pick Sven. They're going to last pick Sand King to place mid against the Shadow Fiend, since they're kind of running out of heroes that would fit their lineup and have great team fight presence, because at this point they can't fight our team fight if we were to go head to head. Mostly have a ganking lineup and try to get some farm time for their morph. So I'm just gonna speed this up until we get to the interesting part, which is when we start laning. So our lanes, of course, is going to be Alchemist Trial Lane with ES and the Lich. As we see, their Clockwork's just sending missiles to know where we're at. They should know at this point that we're going to have a Trial Lane body, because I think we get spotted. I'm not exactly sure. I do feel we get spotted at some point. But anyways, an Alchemist Trial Lane is usually pretty much obviously in the safer lane because it's a melee carry. Okay, so let's pause it right here. As we see, they smoked in. We decided to get a lane ward, but Shinji didn't want to go by himself, so we told him to wait. And that's a very good thing, because as you see, they will be going on us. I'm just going to unpause soon. Okay, at this point, we spotted there's 3 or 4 of them. I'm not sure if we see... let me just see. Yeah, okay, we don't know the Sven is here at the moment. So, as you can see, the Alchemist is starting to get his stun off. But myself, instead of just stunning, I'm going to put myself in a position where I can pretty much block at least one of these two heroes. Of course, Morphling can just wave in, but if we kind of get the spread before he does, what's going to happen is it's just going to hit one hero. So the good thing is to spread out right now, and I'm going to try to get a good fissure off. Okay, as we see here, this Sven is coming. My fissure is pretty much going to hit 3 heroes and block. So positioning with Earthshaker is, of course, one of the most important things, because your fissures are affected by how you position yourself, and this will have a huge impact on what happens next. So as we see, I just blocked 3 heroes. I actually stunned 3 heroes, blocked 2. They had to use their stuns right now because they needed to keep the Alchemist in place. I'm going to start my clarity. I'm 35 mana away from using my next fissure. So the best thing I can do right now is just stay far so I can get another fissure off. Shinji will go in and use his Frost Nova to try to ward them off. At the same time, I'm just going to get back to Ops Vision. And we see that both the Sven and the Vengeful Spirit kind of blocked off, and they need to go the long way around. So they can't go in and DPS down this Alchemist. At the same time, there's one thing I wanted to point out. When you're playing Earthshaker, you never want to get in close unless you are sure you're going to win, or you have your ultimate, which I do not have in this case, because you don't want to get caught in the AoE because you are quite vulnerable as a support, and at the same time your fissures are you can get much better fissures if you control your positioning from afar, and it has a long range. So in that sense, you know, just pretty basic stuff. So if you guys didn't know that, I'm just giving that out. So what I probably should have done is go through here, because now I'm way too far away. But since I'm clearing up, it's not that bad because I'm not gonna lose any amount of regen. So as we see, our alchemist is pretty fucked at the moment, but tower is gonna start dealing some damage to Crix, and the first blood will go on this. And look at what I do here. I know the Sven is there, so I'm trying to stop him from getting in. And I don't think he'd get in anyways, but also this path only has place for one person, so someone is going to get more or less left behind. So what I'm doing here is blocking off an exit, and the only way to get out of here without, you know, going through the lineup in this part is to chew through trees. So at least make them waste some tangos. As we see, they're already 2 tangos short because of my fissure earlier, and they want to get in as fast as possible. So now the Morphling took some significant tower damage, and he's extremely low. We're gonna get the kill on the Morphling because he has nowhere to run. So as we see, positioning and Earthshaker play making a significant difference. Had it been like Crystal Maiden, there's no way this would have all happened. Fissure is one of the best level 1 spells in the game, and you need to make sure to use it effectively and not just waste them. But also, when you're in a lane and you have a lane advantage, it's also a good idea to harass with it, as long as you have mana regen or have enough mana for another one. I'm gonna show what I mean later on. Now there's only 2 of them bought, so we pretty much have free farm. There's no way they can just go in because I can just fissure them and pretty much they're dead. So they're waiting for the Morphling to arrive before going in too far. Another thing about Earthshaker trialing, I'm kind of showing myself around here because I just want to let the alchemist farm, because if I was in jungle, she might have stayed around, and I don't have. Oh, actually, I have mana. So maybe that was just a bad idea by myself. I'll keep that in mind next time I play it like this. But what we really need to do is get either a lane ward or a force ward, so we know exactly what's going on, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. And as I said earlier, I'm trying to get in the jungle so I can fog, and they don't know where I am, so they don't want to get in too far, so this will let our alchemist farm at the same time. Okay, this is where we go in. The good thing also about this is we know where their supports are at all times, so we can say, okay, they're not there, so careful mid or something like that. Just another thing to keep in mind. I'm staying way too far back at the moment. If they do go in on this alchemist, I'm a bit too far. Though, even though I'm a bit too far, I also have the advantage of being able to go behind and block them off here. So it's kind of a bit of a trade-off, but I should be a lot closer around here. Just my opinion. And we did say that the 2 supports are missing, so our Shadow Fiend is going to stay a bit farther back to not get ganked. But even if they did